All right, let's talk about something we all have. That list. You know the one. The endless collection of articles, videos, and podcasts that we swear we're going to get to someday. We're going to dive into the really surprising psychology behind why we save all this stuff.
I mean, seriously, why is that list a bottomless pit? It's like a digital black hole where amazing content goes to die. We all have one, but have you ever stopped to ask why it keeps growing and we never seem to reach the end?
So, to figure this out, we first have to look at the behavior itself. Because this isn't just about being busy or disorganized. No, this is a very specific pattern. It's a kind of digital ritual that so many of us do every single day without even thinking about it.
And here's the central mystery, isn't it? On one hand, you find something and you think, wow, this is important. This can make me smarter or better at my job. But on the other hand, it just sits there. It gathers digital dust. This weird contradiction is exactly what we're going to unravel.
I know, this is going to feel familiar. We're talking about the browser tab graveyard, with 50 tabs open that you'll definitely get back to. Or the YouTube Watch Later black hole, which is now long enough to be a university course. And of course, the unread ebook stack, for that smarter, more sophisticated version of you. These are the graveyards of our best intentions.
So this question really cuts to the chase. It seems totally backward, right? If this stuff is so valuable, why does the act of saving it feel more satisfying than actually reading or watching it? Well, the reason has almost nothing to do with time management and everything to do with psychology.
Okay, so this is where it gets super interesting. The reason we do this isn't really about organizing information. It's about our identity. It's about who we want to be.
Yep, there's a name for it. Aspirational hoarding. It's the idea that we collect all this information not for the knowledge itself, but for what having it symbolizes. It's a stand-in for the person we aspire to become. And this is the absolute key. When you click Save for Later, you're not actually getting smarter. But what you are getting is a little hit of satisfaction, a feeling. You get to feel like the kind of person who reads deep dive articles on economics without ever having to do the work. You get the identity boost for free. This analogy just hits the nail on the head. You buy the expensive boots, the waterproof jacket, the fancy backpack, and you feel like a hiker. It's a great feeling. But it's not the same as actually climbing the mountain, is it? Well, your Read Later list is your digital hiking gear. Let's just put it side by side. Buying the gear feels like progress, but the real action is hiking the mountain. In the same way, saving the article feels productive, but the real action is learning what's inside it. We are substituting the easy symbol for the hard action, over and over again.
So if aspirational hoarding is a natural little bug in our human psychology, our modern digital world has turned it into a massive, unavoidable feature. The entire online environment is practically designed to make this worse.
I mean, just think about it. There is an infinite fire hose of content, which creates a constant fear of missing out, FOMO. Saving a link feels like you've captured something important before it disappears. Plus, it costs absolutely nothing to save a link. And building this giant list gives us this little illusion of control, like we've somehow organized the chaos of the internet. And this creates a really powerful and kind of addictive feedback loop. You see something interesting, you feel that little pang of FOMO, you click save, and boom, you get a tiny little dopamine hit of satisfaction. You feel productive. And then, a few minutes later, the cycle starts all over again. But look, this habit, it isn't harmless. It feels good in the moment, sure, but carrying all this digital baggage actually comes with some very real hidden cost to our mental state and our ability to get things done. That giant list creates this background hum of anxiety, right? It's a constant, nagging reminder of all the things you should be doing. It also fractures your attention every time you stop what you're doing to save something new. But the biggest cost? It stalls your actual growth, because you've let the symbol of learning replace the real thing. So, I want you to just pause and be really honest with yourself for a second. Look at your own list. Is that a practical tool for the person you are right now? Or is it more like a museum of your unfulfilled ambitions? A shrine to the person you keep telling yourself you'll become tomorrow? And this is it. This is the single most important takeaway. We tell ourselves we're just postponing the work. But for our brains, that little hit of satisfaction we get from clicking save is often enough. The act of saving becomes the finish line. It doesn't just delay the work, it replaces it. But here's the good news. You can absolutely take back control. Try this simple little rule.
It's called the two-link rule. Before you save one new thing, you have to go into your list and delete 2 old things. It forces you to be realistic, and it turns your list back into a living tool, not a digital graveyard.
So, I'll leave you with this challenge. Go on, open up your Read Later list right now. What is the single oldest thing on there? And now that you know why it's probably been sitting there for so long, are you finally ready to let it go?